Welcome to Terminal 3 of Manchester Airport, reached in these strange in-between times via the ghost town that is Terminal 1. Nice long walk across from there, just after 5:15. Thought I had a bit too much of a lie-in last time, so I decided to go a bit earlier this time. And heading to Madrid this time. First part of the day, very clear, decided already. I'm heading to the Estadio Santo Domingo, where Alcorcon will take on Tarazona in Primera Federación. And looking forward to this one. I haven't been to Alcorcon for a couple of seasons. A great team down, the media team always incredibly welcoming. And my sense is that Alcorcon really need a win in this one. They've not really set the world alight so far this season, and they really need to push on. I'm certain that the plan pre-season was to get into the playoffs at the very least, and right now it's not really something which they're on course to do. And today will be a really tough proposition for them. Tarazona, we know in every game they go onto the field, they really are incredibly difficult to break down and incredibly difficult to score against, and I'm sure today will be no different. And so it should be an intriguing encounter. I'm not expecting lots of goals, but looking forward to catching up with some people who, as I say, always treat us very well, and also maybe speaking to a few new people while I'm there. Heading to Madrid in just under an hour. I'm in a car, driving around the Madrid equivalent of the M60 as Manchester has it, and then stopping off at Estadio Santo Domingo. I will rejoin you when I make it. So here I am at the Estadio Santo Domingo. Quite ironically, first song I've heard blaring out the PA as I got here was Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie. I think it's fair to say that Pablo Alvarez is under a bit of pressure, as I alluded to earlier on. Home game against a side of really modest means like Tarazona, and as I said, he really is presiding over a squad of players that is expected to push for at least the top 5 finish at the end of the season, and not a lot of signs of it at the moment, but we'll see what happens today. Looking forward to meeting up with some good people here, and although it's been pretty cold this weekend in Madrid, it's still quite early in the day, the sun is shining, and that's always a bonus. We've unfortunately had to endure both Sweet Caroline and Mr. Brightside, 2 of my least favourite songs to play at football. Massively overrated, both of them. But now we've got a bit of Guru Josh. This guy's warming up as kickoff gets nearer. Team news in a minute. Should have got sorted sooner. I'm now competing with the PA. Never mind. Team news for both sides. Alcorcon, 2 changes in. Come Aparicio. Possibly going to play 2 up front, having played just the 1 against Athletic Bay last weekend. And the other change, Ivan Perez, is enforced because obviously Jordi Pollard got sent off last week, so he's suspended. And so Perez, who came on when he was sent off last week, stays in the side today. Tarazona made 3 changes. Checho is back. He's been sent off the last 2 times he started the game. So let's hope he can stay on the pitch for the full 90 minutes today. Tony Lemon comes into the midfield, and Sergio Almeida, who scored off the bench last week, is rewarded with a start ahead of Cubillas. Looking forward myself to seeing the 2 ex-Zaragoza players in the Tarazona lineup. Carlos Nieto had a number of seasons playing for the first team, and Andres Borge, who spent a lot of his youth days there as well, and also made a number of first team appearances. So there'll be 2 in the back 5, I suspect. Nieto probably a wing back, and Borge one of the 3 centre halves. As always in Spain, I guess anywhere in the world, nobody in the ground, half an hour to kick off, and now a significant number more, thank goodness, but still not likely more than about half full, I don't think. Maybe it's a bit too early to start for a lot of them. 5 minutes to kick off. Great to see there's been about probably 40 to 50 Tarazona fans who made their way down here. 6-hour round trip. Early start on a Sunday morning. They certainly weren't put off by that. Let's not forget, this is a town of just 11,000 people. Quite remarkable, really. We talk about Eibar in the context of what they've achieved, and clearly Tarazona have not got anywhere near achieving what the team of the Basque Country has managed. But Eibar is a town of 27,000 people, and we always talk about how small that is. Here is a team playing the highest level of semi-professional football, and the town is very small. So really good effort from those who made it down here today. Let's hope they're rewarded with a decent performance by their side. Home team just announced, it was noticeable that when Pablo Alvarez's name was read out, there were a number of whistles from people around me. Clearly he is living on borrowed time here. Let's see if he can grant himself a stay of execution this afternoon with a win against Tarazona. First booking of the game, amazingly not for Chechu. One of those. Amero trying to shield the ball, his arms are up. He does make some contact with the defender, but really, is that a yellow card? I don't think so. Early stages, Alcorcon, as you'd imagine, more of the ball, and several decent balls into the box, but just get this feeling that Tarazona did come up against this pretty much every week, and they are very well drilled, very well organised, and everything's been cleared quite comfortably so far. Still 0-0, 10 minutes gone. First effort on goal for either side. Rafa Llorente for the hosts. Smashed in a pretty powerful effort, but couldn't get the direction right. 42 wide of the near post of Josele. He remained goalless. Have a look at the first FES challenge of the game here. Ball into the box on the right hand side. I think the Alcorcon defender got there ahead of Tarazona forward and cleared it. But no. Not according to the Tarazona bench. They think this is a penalty. And so, the referee will come and have a look at it. He hasn't given it. Will he give it now? We'll find out in probably about 8 minutes. Hopefully a bit less than that. Not a huge surprise to me. The referee's had a good look at it and decided it's not a penalty. It's a corner. And from that corner, Alcorcon have actually scored. Incredible. Cleared to the edge of the box. Vladis flicks it over a defender and then sprints 60 yards down the right touchline. No one can catch him. Not really something I've really ever attributed to the Vladis, but he was far quicker than anybody in the Tarazona team. Had a shot well saved, but inevitably the rebound was up for grabs. And unfortunately, from the Tarazona perspective, an Alcorcon player got there before they did. And it was Luis Bacas who has given the home side the lead. Tremendous. The epitome of a counter-attacking goal. Corner to Tarazona. 15 seconds later, the ball's in the back of the Tarazona net. Alcorcon 1, Tarazona 0. Just under 20 minutes gone here. And if goals are going to be scored, I always like it when they're scored down the same end as where the ultras are congregated, and that's first goal for Bacas there is right in front of the block of ultras that stand behind that particular goal. Always get brilliant support here, got a drum and everything, creating a great atmosphere in a stadium which after all has got no roof on 3/4 of it, so it's difficult to generate a lot of noise, but they certainly do a good job of it as always, and they've been rewarded with a goal right under their noses. Tarazona, of course, having to come out and be a little bit more front foot at the moment, and that suits Alcorcon just fine because they've clearly got the pace to hurt the visitors on the break. We've just seen an opportunity for them to add a second, but cross was blocked behind for a corner. It's sitting back, keeping a good shape, and then breaking in numbers, and they get the ball back. Still leading 1-0. Two Tarazona players on the floor after challenges from Alcorcon players. No free kick in neither case. Discussion between the referee and Juanma Barrera on the Tarazona bench. He's obviously not very pleased with the way things are going so far. What he thought was a penalty not given after an FVS check, and now a couple of challenges going unpunished. I think sadly one of those players on the floor isn't going to be able to continue. I say sadly because it's Carlos Nieto, former Zaragoza full-back. He's had some treatment, hasn't been able to recover. But really promising down his left-hand side playing as a wing-back, but his afternoon is over. He'll be replaced by Castroverde. Still Alcorcon 1, Tarazona 0. Lovely run from inside his own half by Baccarat Traore, and a beautiful ball out wide to the substitute Castroverde, but sadly his finish didn't match it, cut in inside on his weaker right foot and scuffed it wide of the post. That's probably the nearest Tarazona have come to troubling Gaithkai Yisso in the Alcorcon goal. Plenty of decent build-up play, but not yet providing a cutting edge to go with that. Castroverde, this substitute on this side, the left-hand side for Carlos Nieto, is really getting forward well with the shot with his right foot over the bar, and then a nice little ball in with his left foot that Armero connected with, flicked his header towards goal. Actually the first save that Yes has made, quite comfortable. And now got a little bit of a scuffle between 3 years and Vladis. Two strong characters, I would suggest. Neither's like to back down, but the referee sorted it out. First time out of time, still 1-0 Alcorcon. There we have it, half-time in the Santo Domingo.
Damos la bienvenida al colegio.
I think overall probably about right. Alcorcon, a bit more attacking intent,
y que está participando en el programa de valores de la agrupación deportiva
looking like they might
bienvenidos amigos, bienvenidos.
They build up play a little bit more effectively than Tarazona, but ultimately it's a breakaway goal. It's a counter-attack goal that separates two sides. Corner from the right, just after Tarazona had appealed in vain for a penalty of RFES. And then Vladis tore down the right touchline, and his shot was well saved by Boselli, but Macas had a simple tap in at the far post. So that's the goal that separates two sides at the moment. Let's see if Tarazona can mount another remontada like they managed last weekend against Villarreal in the second half. We're underway again here, and within about 60 seconds Vladis has a chance to make it 2-0. Nicely worked out to him, cutting in from the left-hand side on his weaker left foot, to be fair. Goes near post. Fairly comfortably saved by Josele, but that really would have been a fairly disastrous start to the second period for the visitors. As it is, it's still 1-0. 3 years letting Vladis know he's around. One of those challenges that he will say was perfectly fair. He won the ball, he did. Certainly left a little bit on Vladis' ankle as well. That's an intriguing battle. Vladis gets up, hobbles off, scowls in the direction of 3 years, who smiles back in. Do love these kind of battles between centre half and centre forward. And now we might have a home FVS appeal, ball cut back across the box, and all the Alcorcon players around it feel that the player on the floor, Tarazona defender, handled it. And looking down beneath me, no sign of a card from Alvarez, so he doesn't think he did, or he's not willing to waste one of his cards. But anyway, Alcorcon started the second half really well, and Alcorcon are hanging on for visitors, but certainly don't want to concede a second here. Feels like the game's a little bit on a knife edge here. End-to-end stuff, Tarazona pushing, Alcorcon countering. Next goal, I think, if the score by the home side, will probably be decisive in this game. Another challenge in the box, and this time the card is played by Pablo Alvarez. He's had a look on his monitor. The referee was adamant that his challenge was fair. The Alcorcon bench disagrees. The change is coming for Tarazona, but before anything else happens, the ref's going to have a good look at his monitor. Another unsuccessful FPS appeal. You do wonder sometimes whether with 2 left and a quarter of an hour, the second half gone, you just think, wow, probably might as well use one and give it a go. And that's one of the failings for me of the system, is that I think some of them are certainly speculative at best, these appeals. Yeah, might as well try, I suppose. 2 changes are suggested for Tarazona. Checho isn't going to get sent off today, but he is going to be substituted. Angel Lopez replaces him, and Soto has also come in to the midfield. Extraordinary situation there, ball in from the left by Yael. Took a deflection, hit the ground hard, and Aparicio was stood at the far post, ready to nod it in really. He's all on his own. He just kicked up off the ground and over his head, and goes for a corner. That would have been an absolute gimme if it advanced a little bit this high. It was literally completely marked 2 yards out. As it is just a corner.
Cambios patrocinados por el Colegio Amanecer.
Another couple of substitutions for the away side. Cubillas is going up front. He went all into the midfield. Really going for it. That's all 5 subs used now, and yeah, pressing hard. Tarazona just cannot seem to create a clear opportunity. The score of the only goal of the game is taking a break. Not sure if that moustache is from November or whether it's a permanent fixture, but Luis Bacchus is off. And I think so is Llorando as well. And we are going to see in their place the man with more assists than anybody else in this particular category. Borja Martinez and David Navarro also. Fantastic ball into the box there from Tarazona from the left. Just couldn't quite at the end of it. The substitute Lope for full back. Followed the flight of the ball, we just kicked him off the turf and couldn't get anything on it, and he was absolutely on his own at that far post. Still 1-0. Chance for Vladis to wrap it up, really. Lovely move down the right hand side, ball in, rises well, meets it well with his head but directs it straight at Josele. Pablo down beneath me, he's going absolutely ballistic. I think he thinks that they're giving too much space out wide to get the balls into the box. They've dealt with those so far, the Alcorcon defence, but yeah, he's right. I mean, they're cutting in for the left-hand side and just crossing the ball at will, really. And yeah, Pablo's letting his defence know he's not happy with the way they're defending this 1-0 lead. But it's still a lead. Time for Alcorcon to use their second card, ball into the box. Vladis got on the end of it. Shot well saved, but he's still down in the box, he feels. It was an illegal challenge despite the fact he got the shot away. And Pablo Alvarez agrees. Why would you not? 2 minutes normal time to go, 1 challenge left. Give it a try. Not sure I'll have any more success than the last one, but we shall see. And sure enough, no pen. 7 added minutes, so a chance still for Tarazona to scramble something in this game. Chance right at the end for Tarazona. Ball swung in for a free kick on the left. 2 players unmarked. Downward header straight into the arms of Ayefa. Just about the first thing he's had to do all game. A fairly routine save from a header in the first half. What a chance that was for a late equaliser. Juanma Barrero. Been shown a red card. He's fuming about the fact that there was a clear corner. There's a save from a shot. I think it was the fullback. He switched sides. And substitute Castellon. Keeper tips it around a post. Difficult for the officials to see, to be fair. Referee looked across at his assistant. He didn't see it. So they gave a goal kick. Second time, I think a goal kick's been given. It should have been a corner. Barrera lost his rag. Unfortunately, the 4th official heard him losing his rag. And he's now back in the change room. We finally blows to full time and they added a couple more minutes on to the additional minutes. And a narrow home victory. Overall certainly deserved, I think. Tarazona gave it their all. Just lacking quality in front of goal. Lots and lots of play in and around the box. Nothing conclusive, really, just one comfortable save for Ayesa all afternoon. By contrast, Alcorcon certainly threatened on a number of occasions to add to that lead which Bacchus gave them, and the game's outstanding player by some distance, Vladis. Very, very easy to understand why Cardiff wanted to buy him last summer, and why I suspect he will end up in Segunda next season, either with Alcorcon or someone else. And also very clear as to why Alcorcon felt that they couldn't sustain a decent promotion challenge without him this season, because he really is a tremendous player. Should have scored today, really. Probably the only thing good level against him. Not decisive enough in front of goal, but he's an absolute menace. Runs the line superbly, and yeah, by some distance, as I say, the best player on the pitch. No goal in the last 4 games at home here for Alcorcon. They've broken that duck. Back on the winning trail. Not a particularly convincing performance overall, and they won't mind too much about that right now. Final score: Alcorcon 1, Tarazona 0. I'm here with David Cubillas after Alcorcon 1, Tarazona 0. David, your thoughts on today's game?
It's difficult for us, a difficult game with a good team, Alcorcon good team, but We played very well, but in the areas today is not positive. But Tarazona, very humble, is our life.
I think that's one thing we love on El Pozo about Tarazona. We don't know the club very well, but we know it's a small town, and it feels like a very together club. It feels like a lot of people are really working hard to keep you at this level, which is a tremendous achievement in itself, isn't it?
Yes, all the people, all the staff, all the club work very hard. But in this division, in these categories, it's more difficult for us because we play against incredible clubs, and for us, a small city, a small club, it's difficult for us. But I played 3 years here in Tarazona. Very exciting to stay here and to try this year to let again another year like the last year.
Yeah, it was a great year last year. I hope you could do the same again. So thank you so much for your time, David. Safe journey home and enjoy the pizza.
Thank you for coming here.
I hope to see you in the Municipal later this season.
Yes, it's different, totally different to play here. It's our home. It's our stadium. In this stadium, we are very hard, very strong, and I forgot today and focus the next week.
Fantastic. Thank you, David. Thank you for your time. Many thanks to David Cubillas, as always. Nobody really wants to speak in English to me just because they don't think they're very good, but fair play to him, and disappointing for his side today, of course. And I did sit through Juanma Barrero's press conference. He was not pleased. He was asked why, what needs to change because you keep losing away from home, and he said people need to respect us, and he feels very much that everybody's against them. Then they get a lot of flack for being negative and time wasting, and he made a few pointed comments about that. And of course he did see red today. Seemed to suggest that possibly the opposing coach Palau actually said something to the fourth official that led to the red card. Said there's somebody I thought I was compañero, he said. So I don't think it was something from his own bench, put it that way. But anyway, regardless of what it was, he was very unhappy. But he'd calmed down afterwards. He found me Cubillas to speak to her in English, and all good. Disappointing as they do struggle away from El Municipal. But Juanma Barrero thinks that's at least slightly to do with how they are treated at home. Thankfully, they are very good to make up for that. So, thank you for listening in. Certainly, if you want to come to see a game at Alcorcon, it's pretty easy to get to in terms of if you're hiring a car. Come out of Barajas Airport and 25 minutes away around the ring road. If you're getting the train, you need to get into Atocha and go as far as Las Retamas. Don't head for Alcorcon Central. Las Retamas is what you want. Not a huge amount around the ground, so you might want to do what you want to do eating and drinking wise away from the game, but there's a bar at the ground as well, so you can always take a bit of the local scenery in while you're here. It's a bit out of the way on the outskirts of Madrid, but certainly an experience that I would recommend. A decent atmosphere, considering that it's not the biggest club in the world. They've got really decent support, as I said before, behind the goal, and overall very welcoming club. So do try and make it part of your future plans if you haven't been here already. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.